A moment of silence for all those supports out there, all you Tarics, all you Sorakas, all you Jannas. Not Sona, because right now, the meta, the way it's shifting, the way it's going, you're getting less and less popular in the competitive scene. And a beer, a brewski, a drink, to Zyra, to Jace, to Morgana, to Fiddlesticks, because Fiddlesticks and your band of supports, your band of non-traditional supports, you are getting more popular. And why is that? Well, I'll go into one of the supports specifically in a daily. We'll be doing unconventional supports this week, but let's just briefly talk about Morgana, why she's a good support. And I'll eventually go into why the other supports, they're not so good right now. Morgana brings very specific utility to a team. So let's just say your bot lane is Morgana Draven or Morgana Varus. Morgana Draven, what does Draven normally have problems with? He has short range. So you land up biting as Morgana. Draven gets a couple of seconds just to attack people, can walk up to them. Guess what? He has Black Shield on. Your Terra can't stun. Your Sona can't ult. Ezreal can actually reduce his attack speed with Essence Flux still. But your Nunu, he's slow. His attack speed's slow. It ain't doing crap. It ain't doing anything. And that is a problem that people are running into now. Supports aren't doing that much. But let's focus on Morgana. Why is Morgana a viable support? Well, she's got decent CC. Obviously, it's not always possible to land a binding. It's a very hard skill to land, actually. But because your main goal isn't to necessarily harass or control the lane on your own, you're trying to back up someone like Draven, someone like Varus, you can punish aggression really well if you see the enemy team out in the open. Oh, you catch their AD with a binding, you have this awesome character like Draven who does a lot of damage, or a pokey character like Varus, and they're dealing crap loads of damage, the enemy team can't respond. Morgana, her binding will eventually last longer than all the CC that the supports bring. She can follow that up into her ultimate. Black Shield is amazing because you can't be CC'd with it, and will provide utility well into the late game. What does Soraka do right now? She heals, she sustains in lane, she's the only support good at that, except Sona. Sona's pretty good at it. Tarik's not. But Soraka will heal people, has a silence, has the global heal. Now, that's a lot actually, but what's the problem? The heal has a long cooldown. The armor bonus on it is 3 seconds and only 100 armor. Both used to be higher numbers. 5 seconds was the past heal armor bonus duration. And now the armor bonus is only, I believe, 105 at max rank. So supports have been getting nerfed. Their utility is getting lower. They can do less and less than they used to do. Before, what supports did was you'd have Janna. She'd be good early on. Later on, she sacrificed all her items, but the shield would still be effective. You know, if you broke the shield, your AD carry still did extra damage. Her slows lasted longer. Her tornado had a very consistent knockup, and her ultimate knocked people back 1,000 units. But those numbers all went down. The slow lasts less amount of time. The knockup, you have to channel it to get full duration. Now, if you don't channel it at all, it does less knockup than it used to do in the past. The ultimate knockback is only 850 units instead of 1,000, and it shows. So supports have been getting lots and lots of nerfs. Over the past few months, it's been a very slow process, and teams have finally started realizing that you can start doing more with non-traditional supports. The problem before, if you ran Morgana bot lane, for example, would be that, oh, Janna would shield the AD carry, and the AD carry would just kill you because you have Morgana bot lane. Like, oh, you hit him, and you want to CC him and do damage, well, that's okay, whatever, we'll kill you, because the AD carry does so much damage, and the support does so much to back them up, you can't really deal with it. For a long time, Sona, for example, could 1v2 lanes. She can actually kind of do it now, but don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. You have to build tanky roam page. But now that all she really brings later on is that ultimate, well, that's really good, that's really effective, that's why she still sees play, because she has the ult later, and of course the decent aura bonuses, but the big thing is going to be the ultimate. And teams are just discovering you can do so much with non-traditional supports. Why does Zyra work as a support? You have a lot of CC. 1.75 seconds with a root into a knockup, that's pretty good. And it's all AoE. So go out there, I'll go into more later, with non-traditional supports, but go out there, play a non-traditional support, see how it works. Now, I don't mean just pick anybody at random. The big four right now are Jace, Fiddlesticks, Morgana, and Zyra. But go ahead, experiment with your supports right now. Don't be surprised to see a big shift, especially after finals, because teams will be doing the wonky strategies there, the most unexpected, and supports probably will not remain static. But go ahead, play different supports right now and see if it works. Because guess what? Everybody's becoming more and more viable as a support option. Because people have realized you can do so much more when you actually take advantage of the fact that Morgana still has that same 2.5 stun with your ultimate. You just can't just be super aggressive with it. So go, play non-standard, play weird stuff, and see if it works. Because a lot of it does. And people are finally figuring it out. Lots of nerfs also pushed the game in that direction. But yeah, tomorrow I'll be going into a non-traditional support, most likely going to be Morgana, and we'll go into it deeper. But I just want to say, now is the time. Now is the time to play weird stuff because the game is moving in that direction. Adios, folks.